legend. Living legend, watch it walking, I'm a living legend. Living legend, I'm a living legend. Living legend, watch it walking, I'm known in the streets. Watch me teach, keeping prophecies, not your Pharisees. Cause these haters always clocking me a living legend. Living legend, I'm a living legend. Living legend, watch you walking, nigga. Dancing in this bitch, and you're walking out the lines in. I know you don't believe in I've caught out only fine in. That's the ball, I'ma slack you like me or mine. Real nigga, son of magnifies, do the ride. I'm a public enemy, trust me. When I bring my name, unity, love them WB. Call me something grand like David B. On the free, son of Kanye, I'm gonna slum B. Get a fair marshal with HB on my beat. Something like a ride, getting towards like pop. Next to my city like Diddy. Hold on, bother me, I'm on my J. Like Prince, who must understand machine of monarchy. True like trampoline, fast the hard, be a money. More like TV, it's my real life, no comedy. But West State, probably shout out to committee. Jimmy Honda, up a feeling, my father, yeah, he raised me. Behind me, from breaking me, I said, young, said, boy, yeah, get up your ass cheek. Cross the line like the czar, y'all got this, I put a toe tank up on body. Fuck the tribe, beat the taste, boy, I'm Gucci like Boosie Snow. Then it goes to soldiers and prepare for the heart. I'm a living legend, I'm a living legend. Living legend, watch it walking, I'm a living legend. Living legend, I'm a living legend. Living legend, watch it walking out, no, in the streets. Watch me teach, keeping prophecies, not your Pharisees. Cause these haters always clocking me a living legend. Living legend, I'm a living legend. Living legend, watch it walking, I'm a inside the hood, boy. I rock your legend like Pete, boy. I'm 10 heroes, urban legend, oh boy. I got zero tolerance, ain't time like body, boy. What's around, doesn't even leave, I'm running news, you like gas and Troy. I'm on team through your speech about the big boy. They look me like God, keep me around the bird ball. It's just a day dashboard, I'm just moving on. I even leak to my first million. Then I push a T in the game that's called a billion. And break down cash money with not a million. That's a little weezy. Your new shit just an X on my album like breathing. Catch me with my double pound like smoking cheesy. I made God was practice, it's too easy. A nigga with attitude, old shade on a good day. And that's it, the hard like a Kaepernick, no play. Living legend, I'm a living legend. Living legend, watch him walking, I'm a living legend. Living legend, I'm a living legend. Living legend, watch him walking out, no, in the streets. Watch me teach, keeping prophecies, not your Pharisees. Cause these haters always clocking me a living legend. Living legend, I'm a living legend. Living legend, watch him walking, nigga.
Alright, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Alright, it's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Hachaanakah. Right. You understand? Today, we're gonna break down the memorial of the Feast of Dedication. You understand? Basically talking about what our ancestors did, true warriors. You understand? Talking about Judas Maccabees. You understand? His father Mattathias. You understand? And his brother that carried the torch after him. You understand? And probably one of the reasons why so many people, outside of Judah himself, you know what I'm saying, was wanting to be named Judah, you feel me? So we gonna go ahead and get started.
Right, Tawada. And this is such a heavy lesson because these type of events, these type of high holidays shows niggas and Hispanics and Native Indians that we can still fight. You understand? Like, we don't have to be weak and lay down for the white man.
Right.
These scriptures that we have is for our learning. And give me Romans 15:4 if you can. These scriptures, these stories that we have are our people fighting against those people that oppress them. You understand? The same thing that happened back then is the same thing that happened to us today. And we can look at this Bible and read and learn what it takes to fight those oppressors. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Doc.
Hachaanakah. This is the book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime. Whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
For written for what?
For written for our learning.
These scriptures were written for our learning, man. All see, with Israel is different. Our people in this book we call the Bible, it shows our greatest moments and also shows our worst moments.
Right.
And we learn from those moments, man. We learn how to be a better people from those moments of our forefathers. Go ahead, Doc.
That we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
Have what?
Might have hope.
We have hope, man, because we once seen our forefathers do it. That means we can do it too, man. You understand? So this is a glorious day. Well, in this month, blacks and Hispanics, Native Indians will be celebrating Christmas, man. You understand? But it's time for us to come back to our culture, to our heritage, and serve the Lord. And this is a heavy day. You understand? Because this day should empower us as a people. Go ahead, Doc.
Slacking. And what Adawan, you know what I'm saying, what he brought out was like extremely, extremely heavy. You understand? Like, especially in this day and time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're in a day and time where it's really the change of the guard. Like, everybody is separated, you know what I'm saying, in their own space. You know, people not allowed to go outside, you understand? It's the time for us to come together.
Right.
You understand? And at a time when all of this stuff and this unrighteousness and wickedness that was going on against our people, you understand, there were a few men, you know what I'm saying, because many are called, few are chosen. You understand? And in order to be chosen, you understand, you have to stand for, first and foremost, the fear of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because like we always say in the UBK, the Father we fear.
Right.
You understand? And if you don't fear the Father, you know what I'm saying, you won't keep the law, statutes, commandments, and you will fold and be corruptible to this day, this time. You know what I'm saying? These things in this world. You understand? All right, so we're going to go ahead and start off. Let's go to 1 Maccabees, chapter 1. You're going to start at verse 7, you know, just to give historical references. People say that, you know, there's no dates, histories, major figures in the Bible, you know what I'm saying? The Feast of Dedication itself just completely debunks that all the way together.
Right.
Go ahead.
Hachaanakah. This is the book of 1 Maccabees out of the Apocrypha, chapter 1, verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years.
How many years?
12 years.
Somebody look up on Google how many years did Alexander rule? I mean, because this is in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So let's fact check it.
Right.
You understand? Just Google real quick. How many years Alexander ruled? Anybody? Yabakan, I know you quick on the fingers. You know what I'm saying? Quick.
Alexander the devil. Nothing great about him.
At all. Yabakan, you got it. Passing the mic. How many years? So Google says that Alexander the Great ruled 12 years. You understand? So that means the Bible is pretty much right on accurate, right?
Right.
Keep reading.
Hachaanakah. And then died.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 8. And his servants bare rule every one in his place. Verse 9. And after his death they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years.
Mm-hmm.
And evils were multiplied in the earth.
You understand? Somebody give me Job, the earth was given over to the hand of the wicked.
9:24.
You know what I'm saying? Job 9:24. You understand? So, like, Alexander the Great is the first, Alexander the Horrible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Is the first great horrible Edomite. Is when, as it was prophesied between Jacob and Esau, that he would break the yoke off of his neck because he's supposed to serve us. Right. But there's a time that he would break the yoke from his neck, you understand, and he would get dominion over the face of the earth because he is the firstborn.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
If I may, one quick, if
Go
I
ahead.
may, Salakia. In basic terminology, Alexander the Great is the first white man to run the whole world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's prophesied in the Bible. So
Right. Go ahead.
Hachaanakah. This is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is what?
Is given into the hand of the wicked.
Now go back where you were.
Hachaanakah. So Alexander reigned 12 years
Mm-hmm.
and then died. And his servants bare rule every one in his place.
Mm-hmm.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth.
You understand? So this is right on task of what's prophesied. Right. All right, keep reading.
Hachaanakah, verse 10. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes,
Mm-hmm.
son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome.
All right,
And
real quick. All right, so I'm gonna give y'all a brief history on Antiochus. If you want an in-depth breakdown on this, you can go back to the Monday history class about 2 weeks ago when we broke down the Hellenization of the Jews.
Right.
All right, 1 second. Boom.
Who taught that Monday class?
Oh, I mean, this awesome brother named Officer Tazadai.
Shameless. Shameless plug. Nice. It's a good class, though. So
All right. So this is from the Encyclopedia Britannica. Antiochus the Seventh Epiphanes, also called Antiochus Epiphanes, is the Seleucid king of the Hellenistic Syrian kingdom, who reigned from 174 to 164 BC. As a ruler, he was best known for encouragement of Greek culture and institution. His attempt to suppress Judaism, of course, it's not Judaism, you know what I'm saying? It's Israelite culture, and brought the wars of the Maccabees, which is what we're talking about today. This is in the Encyclopedia Britannica. You know what I'm saying? Talking about what's in the Bible. You understand? The Bible is history. The Bible is Black, Hispanic, and Native American history.
Right, good man.
You understand? All right, go back to First Maccabees. Keep reading.
And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. Verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
Did what?
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
All right, now go to the Hellenization of Jews, the book I gave you, page 117.
And if I may, while you're looking for that, those wicked men are still alive today. You know what I'm saying? Like recently, you had Lil Wayne go see Donald Trump. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like neither have any attempt to help black people at all. Right. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the most wicked Negro of all time, Martin Luther King. Right. You know what I'm saying? All he wanted was a white woman. Right. So that's as wicked as it gets. You know what I'm saying? You sell your people out for a damn devil. That's right. So like, go ahead, Doc.
Hold on one second. Let me pull it up on the screen so they can read along with it.
Come on. Most of our high holy days comes from us being in captivity, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Our high holy days come from the Lord delivering us from the hands of our oppressors. Right. And that's what we should keep in mind. If he did it then, he can do it again. That's right. You know what I'm saying? He's going to do it again. That's right. We should always remember the white man is the damn devil the Bible speaks of, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, clap it up. You know what I'm saying? The UBK brought that out. I never learned about this stuff in the Christian church because the Christian church doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? The same thing, those wicked men that came to the heathens and want to join them, those are your Christian pastors. That's right. You know what I'm saying? They go to every election person who's running for something and try to get something out of them.
All right, go ahead,
Go ahead, Salaki.
Hachaanakah. This is the book Hellenistic Civilization and the Jews by Victor Terchakover.
Nice.
Page 117 in the middle of the page. But in course of time, the situation altered, and in the 70s of the 2nd century, there arose among the inhabitants of Jerusalem a new faction composed of Hellenizing Jews, which for several years held power in Judea and became noted for its strong adherence to Hellenism and for its unconcealed contempt for Jewish tradition.
For what?
Its unconcealed contempt for Jewish tradition.
You know what I'm saying? That's no different from your Christian pastors today who have ill contempt for keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Right. You understand? Of the Most High God. You understand? Right. So understand what was, like he said, what was written aforetime was for our learning and for our understanding. If you don't know your history, you are doomed to repeat it. That's right. You understand? Like we are reliving the Maccabean Wars right now. You understand? But this time, it's going to be a revolutionary black man by the name of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. That's right. You know what I'm saying? That's going to slay, you know what I'm saying, the great red dragon. You understand? Right. Keep reading.
The Hellenizers converted Jerusalem into a Greek town, introduced Greek customs to Jewish life, built a gymnasium, and did not even oppose the spread of the Greek gods in Judea.
So understand the reason why you got gyms in every town, county, neighborhood, city, state across the nation is because this is Greco-Roman culture. Right. You understand? I mean, they was doing all types of ungodly homo stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna get into it, you feel me?
Good night,
but like, you know what I'm saying? That was the reason for the gymnasium. It was a place for them to go and get away from their wives, and you know what I'm saying, they would do Greek wrestling.
Right.
I would let you go and research that on your own.
Salakia. While we on top, I'm gonna give you an instance of it. The white man is so gay.
Right.
How gay is he now, Salakia? Like, the white man is so gay. His woman had to dress up as a Roman soldier just for him to have sex with her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She had to dress up like a soldier, and he climbed through the window and bent her over. You know what I'm saying?
Like he was taking it.
He was taking it, Salakia, because they spent so much time around the other soldiers, and that gay spirit just raised up in them. You know what I'm saying? Salakia, go ahead. I ain't mean to spoil the moment. You know what I'm saying? But I had to bring it out. The white man's a devil.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
And what's so to add, you understand, even in the military, right? Like what like what you were saying, Officer Gabawar, like you have to shower and see each other in the nude. You understand? They got a name for the shower. They call them gang showers.
No.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like there's no covering, there's no concealment, there's no I don't want to look upon your nakedness. There's nothing when it comes to our oppressor and his gymnasiums. That's what they have, the NBA players.
Right.
They washing them type of showers too. So everything even here today with this even what this society is labeled as a Roman Greco society.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
If I
Come
may,
on,
before
sir.
you go
Slack.
on, you know what I'm saying? I took one shower at 24 Hour Fitness, never again. You know what I'm saying? You already know what it is. Salakia, go ahead. You have a flip flop. And the white man, he just walks around. You know what I'm saying? Salakia, man. Put some drawers on and get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Prince Salakia.
Khan Wakan. This group found its shield and patron in the Syrian king Antiochus IV Epiphanes, who intervened in the internal affairs of the land of Judea and threw the weight of his sword onto the scales of the party struggle.
Right.
With his aid, the Hellenizers were found for a time in control of Jerusalem, until another sword, the sword of Judah, the Maccabee.
The sword of who?
Judah, the Maccabee.
Which is what we're talking about today. You understand? So I don't want to ruin it. All right. So do me a favor. Go to page 118. Let me bring that up on the page on the screen so they can read along with you real quick. All right, go ahead.
Khan Wakan. This is page 118 at the top of the page. Hellenism was not introduced into Israel by the forces outside.
It was not what?
It was not introduced into Israel by the forces outside.
Keep reading.
Go ahead, Salakia. Go ahead, keep reading. Such a heavy point.
Part of the Jewish public itself developed an attachment to alien customs and became eager for Hellenistic modes of life to attain a foothold in Jerusalem.
Keep reading.
It's like, if I may, before we go on, because it's such a heavy point, read that from the top one more time.
Khan Wakan. Hellenism was not introduced into Israel by the forces outside.
We were not enslaved or captured by these Greeks and forced to follow them. Right. Our own people followed them.
Right.
Just like today.
Right.
Who wanted no-knock warrants? We did.
Right.
Who wanted affordable housing? We did.
Right.
So now we got the ghetto. Now we got the police. Breonna Taylor shooting her house up. That's because we wanted those things.
Right.
We wanted to feel more like our oppressor. So I just want to bring that out. Go ahead, Doc.
Khan Wakan. Part of the Jewish public itself developed an attachment to alien customs and became eager for Hellenistic modes of life to attain a foothold in Jerusalem.
Yeah. Keep reading.
Now, if the aspiration to Hellenization arose among the Jews as a result of the internal development of Jewish history, it devolves upon us to investigate the factors which led part of the Jewish community to Hellenization.
All right, now just drop down to the second paragraph. Now this is the heavy point. All right.
Khan, page 118, second paragraph, second sentence. It is a fact that the bearers of the idea of Hellenization among the Jews were not distributed among various classes of Jewish society.
So everybody wasn't accessible to Hellenization. All right. Let's find out who was accessible to Hellenization. Go ahead.
But were entirely confined to one class.
What class?
one class.
Let's find out what class it was. Read.
Namely, the ruling aristocracy of Jerusalem.
The what?
The ruling aristocracy of Jerusalem.
So this is your Kanye West. You understand? This is your Jay-Z's. You understand? Your Beyonce's, your Oprah's. You understand? Your Will Smith's. You know what I'm saying? Your Denzel Washington's. You understand? Your what's the woman that's built like a man with the talk show? Wendy Williams. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was among the ruling class. You understand? Because if you control the ruling class, because everybody wants to be like the population or the populace of the culture. You understand? You control the people that people look up to. You control the masses.
Right.
You understand? That's why, following, Orgy Mike was such a travesty to our people. You understand? People think that Martin Luther King, you understand, was such an awesome person because he had a dream, but he led his people into a burning house.
Right.
You understand? Keep reading.
This being the case, the study of the question shifts from the purely cultural to the historical and social spheres. And we may ask, what was the reason why the Jewish aristocracy at a given historical moment, that is, in the time of the rule of Antiochus Epiphanes.
The time of who?
Antiochus Epiphanes.
Exactly what we talking about in the book of Maccabees. You know what I'm saying? This is in their history books. You know what I'm saying? This is written by a Russian Jew. You understand? Keep reading.
Decided to lead the Jewish people along the road of Hellenization.
Mm-hmm.
To more deeply, we probe the social structure of the Jewish people in the Hellenistic period. The clearer becomes the fact that Hellenization was only an external expression of an inner historical process, which in reality bore no direct relation to cultural questions.
Mm-hmm.
This process has to be studied for the correct appreciation of the Philo-Hellenic movement in the brief period before the rebellion of the Judah, the Maccabee.
All right, so let's go back to first book of Maccabees and pick up where you left off of verse 11.
This is book of first Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
In those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
Mm-hmm.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
And it was a law, you know what I'm saying, when we came into the promised land, that we weren't supposed to make any covenants or any promises with no neighboring nation. You understand? You weren't supposed to give your sons to their daughters or take their daughters to your sons.
Right.
Because they would lead your people away astray to serve false gods, which is literally what they're doing right here in the book of Maccabees. Read.
Verse 12. So this device pleased them well.
Mm-hmm.
13. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
That did what?
They gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
So basically they became officers of the heathen law.
Right.
You understand? So brothers and sisters going into law enforcement of the oppressor to oppress their own people, you understand? It's something that's been done since Greco-Roman times.
Good night.
We are in Rome. We are in Greece right now.
Right.
You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 14. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 15. And made themselves uncircumcised.
And did what?
And made themselves uncircumcised. And forsook the holy covenant.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, when Antiochus took over, right? It was like I read in the Encyclopedia Britannica. He was known for spreading Greek culture or Hellenization, right? During this time, it was illegal for yourself to even profess that you were a Jew, or let alone keep your high holy days or keep the law or covenant, because they wanted to make we one people, we one race. It's the human race.
Right.
You understand? Forget your, and they did this. They went and sought and conquered and devoured the nation, devoured their culture, and made it a melting pot. What does that sound like? America today. You understand? America is that old whore. Greece, Rome. All right? Keep reading. Matter of fact, go to chapter 2. So let's get into the story.
Hachaanakah. This is 1 Maccabees chapter 2, verse 1.
No, chapter 1, verse 2. Yeah, there you go. Slack it. My bad.
In those days arose Mattathias, the son of John, the son of Simeon, a priest of the sons of Joarib, from Jerusalem, and dwelt in Modin. Verse 2, and he had 5 sons, Johanan, called Cadis, Simon, called Thasi, Judas, who was called Maccabeus, Eleazar, called Avaran, and Jonathan, whose surname was Aphus. Verse 6, and when he saw the blasphemies that were committed in Judah and Jerusalem, he said, woe is me.
What?
Woe is me.
I am destroyed. You understand? Because my people perish for lack of knowledge. You understand? I am destroyed to be around such wickedness, and no man has the courage to be righteous among them with me. Keep reading.
Hachaanakah. Wherefore I was born to see this misery of my people, and of the holy city, and to dwell there, when it was delivered into the hand of the enemy, and the sanctuary into the hand of strangers. Verse 8, her temple is become as a man without glory.
You understand? Because they took, you know what I'm saying, we kind of skipped over, but Antiochus, like, he raided the temples. He took the holy vessels. You understand? The water. He took the holy vessels. He took the incense. He took the showbread. You understand? If the Ark of the Covenant was still there, he would have took that too.
Damn right.
You understand? So they took everything and they turned the temple of the Lord into a whorehouse.
Right.
You understand? And a place to praise their gods and their idols.
The Christian church.
You understand? Which is the Christian church. Like he said. Keep reading.
Hachaanakah. Verse 9. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with the sword of the enemy.
Because if you were caught keeping the law, circumcising your children on the 8th day, you were put to death. You understand? Keep reading.
Hachaanakah. What nation hath not had a part in her kingdom, and gotten of her spoils? Verse 11. All her ornaments are taken away. Of a free woman she is become a bondslave.
Good night.
And behold, our sanctuary, even our beauty and our glory, is laid waste, and the Gentiles have profaned it. Verse 13. To what end therefore shall we live any longer? Then Mattathias and his sons rent their clothes, and put on sackcloth, and mourn very sore. Verse 15. In the meanwhile the king's officers, such as compelled to the people to revolt, came into the city Modin, to make them sacrifice.
To do what?
To make them sacrifice.
Either you gonna get down or you gonna lay down.
Right.
You understand? Either you gonna sacrifice unto these gods, you gonna eat these pork, you gonna celebrate the 4th of July, you gonna celebrate Memorial Day, you know what I'm saying? You gonna remember the Alamo, you understand? You gonna celebrate Christmas, Easter, you understand? Either you gonna do these things or you're going to die. You understand? Keep reading.
Hachaanakah. Verse 16. And when many of Israel came unto them, Mattathias also and his sons came together. Then answered the king's officers, and said to Mattathias on his wise, Thou art a ruler, and a honorable and great man in this city, and strengthen his sons and brethren. 18. Now therefore come thou first.
So like, if I may, read verse 17 one more time.
17?
Yeah.
Hachaanakah. Then answered the king's officers, and said to Mattathias on this wise, Thou art a ruler, and an honorable and great man in this city, and strengthened with sons and brethren.
The white man is such a snake, you know what I'm saying? He try to build you up first, butter her up, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Master, you know, you that man here, you know what I'm saying? Everybody love you, you understand? Go ahead, Doc. I just want to bring it out, just show how the white man is such a snake. He'll try his best to butter you up in there and tear you down, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Doc.
And if I can add, and it goes back to what he did previously. So Mattathias was the last great or popular man amongst Israel that wouldn't convert over.
Right.
You understand? So if we get him, we get the last of the rebellion.
Right.
Because the reason why they rebellion is because he don't want to not keep the law of his God.
Right.
Keep reading.
Hachaanakah, verse 18. Now therefore come thou first, and fulfill the king's commandment, like as all the heathen have done.
Like
Do what?
Like as all the...
You got can I intercept, you know what I'm saying? It's like it. Say that part again.
Hachaanakah. Now therefore come thou first, and fulfill the king's commandment, like as all the heathen have done.
Like as what?
All the heathen have
I'm
done.
gonna tell you something, man. You know right now, there are Japanese people getting ready to celebrate Christmas. There's like Arabs getting ready to celebrate Christmas right now. The white man, when he takes over everywhere. Like in China, it's a picture of white Jesus right now at a church. You know what I'm saying? It's all the heathens done. You're gonna do what the white man do. English right now is a universal language. The whole earth follows English because why? The white man rules. Like all the heathens done. You know what I'm saying? So like, go ahead.
Hachaanakah, yea, and the men of Judah also, and such as remain at Jerusalem. So shalt thou and thy house be in number of the king's friends, and thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold, and many rewards.
Go ahead.
Verse 19. Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice.
With a what?
With a loud voice.
You know like how we speak at camp?
Right.
Like, nigga, I ain't scared. This is what I'm finna tell you. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be it right here. Go ahead.
Hachaanakah, though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him, and fall away every one from the religion of their fathers, and give consent to his commandments, yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers.
Yet what?
Yet will I and my sons and my brethren will walk in the covenant of our fathers.
Although all these other nations fell from what their fathers taught them, me and my people, we gonna follow our father.
Right.
Or me and my house.
Me and my house. So like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, brother hand, bro. I'm saying that's a good scripture. But me and my house, we gonna follow what the Lord said to do.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
That's right.
Go ahead, I keep reading.
Hachaanakah. Verse 21. God forbid that we should we should forsake the law and the ordinances. Verse 22. We will not hearken to the king's words to go from our religion either on the right hand or the left. 23. Now when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar which was at Modin, according to the king's commandment. Verse 24.
Hold on, read that part again.
Hachaanakah, verse 23. Now when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews.
So basically, Mattathias, after that, he dropped the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he's like, we ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? You might as well, you know what I'm saying, spare your words. You understand? Stop talking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He walked off, and as he walked off, this is what happened.
There came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar, which was at Modin, according to the king's commandment. Verse 24. Which thing, when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal.
Like, nigga, what the hell is you doing?
Right.
I just told this nigga that we not doing nothing.
Right.
I just made this killer speech. You didn't hear the speech I just made? We ain't doing it. And against the show, it's always one nigga. It's always one. When whole community or everybody agree that we ain't doing it, that one brother went up there and sacrificed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's always one. So like, go ahead out.
Hachaanakah. And his reins trembled, neither could he forbear to show his anger according to judgment.
Right.
Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar.
He did what?
Slew him upon the altar.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, And that's the type of spirit that we have to have. We have to have the type of spirit that we want to bludgeon or stomp out any type of evilness or wickedness amongst Israel. You know what I'm saying? Not to the point to where you literally putting your brother to death, because that's Christ. You know what I'm saying? That's his judgment. You understand? But you as a brother, you check your brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you see your brother doing something he don't got no business doing, you check up on it. You check him on it. Don't let him slide, because if you let him slide, he gonna think you think it's okay, and you guilty by association. You understand? So you have to just like you have to continually die to yourself and kill yourself. Brotherhood is a weapon.
Right.
You understand? And in that situation, the Lord would rather kill you. You understand? And see you in a lesser version. He said, "Go ahead, Ashar Pash."
Shalak, if I may, this point so heavy because what our people have forgotten is that the Lord judges not you individually. Ain't no personal relationships, man. He judges us as a nation, brother.
Right.
So if you don't check your brother in his sin, you're asking for the Lord to rain down judgment on the whole nation of Israel, man.
Right.
You understand? And if I may, the Lord is pleased by that, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, back in the book of Numbers, made a peace covenant with a son of Aaron for slaying a brother that brought a Midianite woman in the tent, man.
Right.
You understand? This is the same zeal that we're supposed to have for the Lord, man. You understand? And Most High Christ for the Isupk for showing us these records again, man. You understand what I'm saying? The true strength that black men are supposed to have, and the purpose in what you're supposed to have it for, man.
Right.
You understand? We constantly dying out here because we dying behind nothing, man. Salakia.
And what the brother said is a very heavy and awesome point. You understand? Because all it takes is one person to break the law, statutes, and commandments, and we go into slavery.
Right.
You understand? Like we didn't lose the kingdom because everybody sinned. We lost the kingdom because of one man.
Right.
You understand? And if we don't stomp out and kill the sin that is amongst us, the Lord said that we are going to go into slavery.
That's right.
You understand? And the other nations knew this, which is why they were trying to convince the ruling class. They're doing the same thing now.
Right.
Solomon said that there's nothing new under the sun. You understand? You want to hide something from a nigga, what do? You put it in a book.
Yeah, right.
You understand? The exact same thing that they did now. The tactics ain't changed.
That's right.
You understand? They got your celebrities out here committing all type of whorish and whoredom acts. You understand? Basically stripping on camera, revealing themselves and things of that nature. So what does the lower class do? They think that this is okay.
Right.
This is acceptable. The people that got money do it, so it should be okay for me to do it. You understand? That's why in the book of Esther, that's why the king, you know what I'm saying, banished his wicked wife, because if he didn't push her out, all the people amongst the kingdom, all the women would have thought it would have been okay to talk crazy to their husband.
Right.
And that was a heathen. A heathen did that.
Right.
You understand? So how much more of the zeal that you think the children of Israel had to keep our people straight in line and in decency and order? That's the type of spirit that we got to have in this kingdom, in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. That's what Commander General Yohana teaches us, man.
Salaki, if I may.
Go ahead.
The brother brought, you the brother hand. Blade 3. The brother brought such an excellent point out, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of want to dwell on it 1 second. Give me Judith 5 and 20.
Oh, brother.
I'm going to tell you something. These heathens know our weakness.
That's right.
These heathens knows how to keep us in this captivity. And the longer we're in this captivity, the longer they rule.
That's
you know what I'm saying? In this story right here, this Ammonite, who today be a Japanese, he gave the rundown on Israel. Read that for me out.
Hachaanakah, the book of Judith, chapter 5, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error against these people.
Against who?
Against these people.
If these people have any error in them, go ahead.
Hachaanakah, and they sin against their power.
And they do what?
Sin against their power.
If these people have any error in them and they sin against their God, go ahead.
Hachaanakah, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Let us go and go to war with them and kill them.
That's
Come on.
right.
Go ahead.
Hachaanakah, and let us go up and we shall overcome them.
We're going to what?
Go up, and we shall overcome them.
These heathens know that if we are weak and we not following these laws, statutes, commandments, they can overtake us anytime.
That's right.
Anytime. Go ahead.
Hachaanakah, verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, so like it, if there be no iniquity in their nation,
if there is no sin amongst these people, go ahead.
Hachaanakah, let my Lord now pass by.
Let what?
My Lord now pass by.
If these people are not sinning, my man, keep moving.
That's right.
Because if we go and battle them right now, their Lord is going to fight for them. Their God
right.
is going to fight for them. We're surely going to die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These other nations know our whole history.
That's right.
They know you're the children of Israel.
That's right.
They know this.
That's right.
You don't know this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we come out every Saturday.
That's right.
Every Friday, Saturday, and we teach black and Hispanic. They are God's chosen people.
That's right.
But they don't hear us. But you know who hear us? These other nations.
That's right.
These other nations hear us, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they know if we wake up, they lose power.
That's right.
Go ahead. Anything?
Hachaanakah. Lest their Lord defend them.
That's what?
Lest their Lord defend them.
Our power is going to fight for us if we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
Hachaanakah. And their power be for them.
And they what?
Their power be for them.
Man, look. When the Lord on your side, ain't nobody going to be against you, man.
That's right.
Is that it?
Here go the coldest part.
Bring it out.
Hachaanakah. And we become a reproach before all the world.
Become what?
A reproach before all the world.
The whole world going to hear how they God whooped our ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? it's going to be written in history. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be written in history how their God whooped our ass. This day. You know what I'm saying? Salaki, I ain't mean to cut y'all, but
I mean, and like, what do you say? I mean, what like, how many people was it that came up against Moses within the camp? I forgot how many of them it was, but like the Lord, like he said the Lord gonna do a new thing in the earth, something that you ain't never seen before. Right. The Lord opened up the earth and swallowed them and closed the earth on top of it.
Good night.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Lord created a new type of death for coming up against the priests and prophets of the Lord. So I guarantee you, in the day of the Lord, you're gonna see something that you thought Independence Day was something.
Right.
You thought the day the earth stood still was something. You thought Battlefield LA was something. Ain't nothing that's been depicted in Hollywood is going to be able to describe what the day of the Lord is.
Right.
You understand? They said that people going to be getting up out of the crypt like it's going to be The Walking Dead. It's going to be everything that you didn't seen about in the days at one time plus a Michael Jackson video.
Right.
You understand?
Right. If I may, on Independence Day.
Yeah.
Big spaceship coming, and the first thing you see is number of white people on top of building cheering.
Right.
They the first to die. You know what I'm saying? The Lord ain't worried about y'all, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Drop out.
It's a lot to go. Go ahead.
That's it. All right, go back to Maccabees.
Hachaanakah, verse 25. Also the king's commissioner who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time.
You understand? So he killed not only the traitor, he killed the messenger.
Right.
You understand? In Israel, you're accountable for your actions.
Right.
You understand? What you say and what you do, which are actions. You understand? So we gonna kill a traitor to our people and an enemy of the Lord. You understand? That's the type of spirit that you have to have against our enemies to our people in this day. You understand? Like, you have to draw your line in the sand. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to play with it. Right. We're not going to tether the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? I want you to come by through the crib. Like, okay, what y'all got going on? We going to pregame. Like, well, what you mean by pregame? We going to smoke a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And drink for God. Like, well, I'll tell you what, y'all go ahead and y'all hold that down. I'm not going to take part in that. You understand? You have to draw your line in the sand. You understand? And like when you come into this truth, it's going to be like you're killing the people that you love because this is the thing that they do to show love. You understand? You have to be diametrically opposed. You have to dare to be different so that you don't be a stumbling block to someone that's coming after you.
Right.
Because I guarantee you, I get more people that I run into face to face that tell me that they watch classes. It's a sister that I grew up with that we like since elementary school. She told me the other day she watched every class. Right. You understand? But I'd have never known. You feel me? Like, but you never know who's watching you. You understand? So you have to be very cognizant of how you move, what you say, what you condone, and what you don't do. You understand? Keep reading.
Hachaanakah. And the altar he pulled down. Verse 26. Thus dealt he zealously for the law of God.
You understand? If you got a cross in your mama house, take it down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you got rosaries, take it from around your neck.
Right.
You understand? If you got a replica of the cobblestone in your house, I mean, hell, use it for firewood. You know what I'm saying?
They make those?
You feel me? Yeah, they do.
Man.
Come, go ahead, keep reading.
Hachaanakah. Like as Phinehas did unto Zambri, the son of Salam. Verse 27. And Mattathias cried throughout the city with a loud voice, saying, Whosoever is zealous of the law and maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me.
Right. You understand? And that's the spirit that we have in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commanding General Yohanan.
That's right.
You understand? Commanding General Yohanan didn't become the Commanding General because he chose to. It's because the lot fell upon him.
Right.
You understand? And he said, if you are zealous in the law, you understand, pick up your burden and follow me.
Right.
You understand? Because the lot fell on him, and he was not going to let the school and the truth fall on his watch.
Right.
You understand? Keep reading.
Hachaanakah. Verse 28. So he and his sons fled into the mountains and left all that ever they had in the city. 29. Then many that sought after justice and judgment went down into the wilderness to dwell there. 30. Both they and their children and their wives and their cattle, because afflictions increased sore upon them.
Right.
Now when it was told the king's servants and the host that was at Jerusalem and the city of David, that certain men who had broken the king's commandment were gone down into the secret places in the wilderness, they pursued after them a great number, and having overtaken them.
They did what?
They pursued them after them a great number, and having overtaken them, they camped against them and made war against them on the Sabbath day. And they said unto them, Let that which ye have done hitherto suffice. Come forth and do according to the commandment of the king, and ye shall live. Verse 34. But they said, We will not come forth, neither will we do the king's commandment to profane the Sabbath day.
Okay, these your fake Israelites. All right, these your figs. Okay, so they didn't want to follow Mattathias and his sons. They went their own way into the wilderness, right? They gonna keep the commandments of the Lord the way they see fit. So it was the Sabbath, right? So on the Sabbath, you got these fake Israelites where when they say you can't kill in the fire, they feel you can't turn the light on. You understand? So when this host, this army came up against them, they was like, we not gonna follow your laws, nor are we gonna break the commandment. So we not even gonna go to war with y'all. We gonna follow the Lord all the way to the end. We gonna die. You understand? Instead of living and building the kingdom and going to war for like Christ said, is it a sin to do the good thing on the Sabbath?
Right.
You understand? To kill the enemies of the Lord on the Sabbath that is coming up against the children of Israel on the day of the Lord that said, what more glorious way to kill somebody?
Right.
You understand? Keep reading.
Hachaanakah. Verse 35. So then they gave them the battle with all speed.
Yes. they made haste on it.
Great.
Hachaanakah. Verse 36. Howbeit they answered them not, neither cast they a stone at them.
You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't even pinch them. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Nor stopped the places where they laid hid. 37. But said, let us die all in our innocency, Salakia. Heaven and earth shall testify for us that ye put us to death wrongfully. 38. So they rose up against them in battle on the Sabbath, and they slew them.
And did what?
And they slew them.
You understand? You be a damn fool, Salakia, if you think you gonna come in on the Sabbath, while we having Sabbath class, and we got our women and children in here, and you think we just gonna let you just have your way? You done lost your mind.
Right.
You understand? We are defenders of the fatherless.
Right.
You understand? We protect ours. You understand? We protect our women. We protect our children. We guard our brothers with our life so they can get home to their wife and their children. You understand? Keep reading.
Hachaanakah, with their wives and children and their cattle, to the number of 1,000 people.
So what?
To the number of 1,000 people.
So when you follow, so the blind lead the blind, you know what I'm saying? They lead them to a cliff, everybody gonna die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we lost 1,000 of our people due to following people that were not in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Mattathias was the high priest in that zone.
Right.
And he said, if you are zealous of the law, follow me. But of course, like Adawan said, like, you always gonna have a couple of niggas that want to do their own thing. You understand? They want to do it how they want to do it, how they feel is see fit to serve the Lord. See, we don't gotta join no camps. You understand? We don't gotta come into class. You know what I'm saying? Do 90 days. You know what I'm saying? We can just keep the law. Okay, brother, we'll keep the law. You understand? And like it said in Apollo, if he dies, he dies.
Good night.
Right.
You understand? Keep reading.
Hachaanakah, verse 39. Now when Mattathias and his friends understood hereof,
The high priest and those that followed him, keep reading.
they mourned for them right sore. 40. And one of them said to another, if we all do as our brethren have done, and fight not for our lives and laws against the heathen, they will now quickly root us out of the earth.
You understand? There will be no more children of Israel in the earth. So I say again, is it unlawful to do a good thing on the Sabbath?
Right.
Is it unlawful to make sure that my brother gets home to his wife?
Right.
Is it unlawful that I make sure my brother goes home and be a father to his children?
Right.
God forbid.
Right.
Read.
Hachaanakah, 41. At that time, therefore, they decreed, saying, whosoever shall come to make battle with us on the Sabbath day, we will fight against them. Neither will we die, all, as our brethren that were murdered in the secret places. Verse 42. Then came there unto him a company of Assyrians, who were mighty men of Israel, even all such as were voluntarily devoted unto the law. 43. Also, all they that fled for persecution joined themselves unto them, and were a stay unto them. So they joined their forces, and smote the sinful men in their anger.
And did what?
Smote the sinful men in their anger.
Let our powers combine.
Judah! Isupk!
Right.
Benjamin! Lawyer! Zebulon! You know what I'm saying? These boys formed like Voltron. You feel me? Keep reading.
Hachaanakah, and wicked men in their wrath. But the rest fled to the heathen for succor.
Oh, no.
45. Then Mattathias and his friends went around about and pulled down the altars, and what children soever they found within the coast of Israel uncircumcised, those they circumcised valiantly.
They did what?
I'm gonna start at 46 again.
No, go ahead, brother.
And what children soever they found within the coast of Israel uncircumcised, those they circumcised valiantly.
Good night.
Either you gonna keep the law or you gonna keep the law.
Valiantly. You know? Good night.
Man, somebody look up that word, man. What does valiantly mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody look up that word, man.
Alexa. Salaki.
You know what I'm saying? Quick. What does valiantly mean, man?
Salaki. Shapat. Need an Alexa in the school.
Con.
Need Alexa.
VALIANTLY. Go ahead. Hachaanakah.
So like if I may, valiantly with courage or determination.
You understand? So basically, these brothers like, I don't care how you feel, brother.
Right.
You understand? It should have been done on the 8th day.
Good
But
night.
you couldn't remember it.
Good
You
night.
know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Hachaanakah, verse 47. They pursued also after the proud men, and the work prospered in their hand.
Mm-hmm.
So they recovered the law out of the hand of the Gentiles and out of the hand of kings. Neither suffered they the sinner to triumph.
You understand? So whatever holy vessels they had, incense burners, you understand, anything that they had amongst them that they took out of the temple of the Lord, they took it back, man.
Right.
You understand? It's time for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to take our culture back, man. You understand? Like you should be tired, man. Like you didn't try that. You done been a Christian. You understand? You done been a Buddhist. You understand? You done been to Islam. You done been to atheist, and you still getting your head bust wide open to the white meat. You understand? You still getting bludgeoned, killed out here in the streets. You understand? Try being a prince of the power, man.
Right.
Try being a daughter of Zion, man. You understand? And walk with your head held high so the Lord can get us up out of here, man. Keep reading.
Hachaanakah. Now when the time drew near that Mattathias should die, he said unto his sons, Now have pride and rebuke gotten strength, and the time of destruction and the wrath of indignation. 50. Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers.
Man, somebody give me the conclusion of the whole matter in Ecclesiastes. You know what I'm saying? It was at Ecclesiastes 12. Yeah, at the very end. Somebody give me that.
So like you, sir, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Mm-hmm.
Fear the power.
Do what?
Fear the power.
You understand? Fear the power of the Lord unto death, man. You understand? Fear his destruction more than the destruction of any man. Fear the one that can destroy the flesh and the spirit in hell.
Right.
You understand? You can only die once in his kingdom, but the Lord can bring you back to get you ran over by a car.
Right.
To bring you back to drown you. To bring you back to make you a paraplegic. You understand? To bring you back to die by electrocution. You understand? To destroy you in hell. You know what I'm saying? Over and over and over again. Fear the power, man. Keep reading.
And keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
This is the whole reason why the nation of Israel exists, man. To be zealous for the law. To be zealous for the Lord. To be Quadash, holy, separate, set apart. You understand? Keep reading. Wrong. We are at
51.
uh
51.
51.
Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time.
And that's what Gabor brought out at the beginning of the lesson. What was written aforetime was written for our learning and for our understanding, man. What did Mattathias say to his son? Read it again. Son, Slakia.
Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time.
Mm-hmm.
So shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting name. 52. Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation?
Right.
And it was imputed unto him for righteousness?
Right.
Joseph, in the time of his distress, kept the commandment and was made Lord of Egypt.
Right.
Phinehas, our father, in being zealous and fervent, obtained the covenant of an everlasting priesthood. 55. Yahushua, for fulfilling the word, was made a judge in Israel. 56. Caleb, for bearing witness for before the congregation received the heritage of the land.
You know what I'm saying? Like Mattathias is running down the records, man.
Right.
The records of Israel on his deathbed.
Right.
You understand? remember these things as you remember your father. All your father did was follow the deeds of the high priest and the great men that came before me that dared to stand in the face of tyranny, man.
Right.
Go ahead, brother.
Salakia. What's so heavy, if I may, sir, is we're the only people that have to do this.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, a little East Indian boy, you know, he'll worship a Christian and all them. He'll do exactly what his daddy tell him to do. But us, brother, good night. You understand? To hold on to the best inheritance to rule the earth, brother. Right. You understand what I'm saying? It's like herding cats, brother. Salaki.
Right. Keep reading.
Hachaanakah 57. David, for being merciful, possessed the throne of an everlasting kingdom. Elias, for being zealous and fervent, for the law was taken up into heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Ananias, Azarias, and Maziel.
Who you know that's Shadrach, Meshach, and a bad Negro, Salakia. Right. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
By believing were saved out of the flame.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel, for his innocency, was delivered from the mouth of lions.
Mm-hmm.
And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome.
Right. Good night.
62. Fear not then the words of a sinful man.
Do what?
Fear not then the words of a sinful man.
Do not be afraid of those that can destroy your flesh. You understand? There is a such thing in Israel that is called a righteous death, man.
Right.
You understand? To stand when everyone else wanted to fall. You understand? That's how you become a great man of renown. You stand when everyone else wants to sit down. Right. You understand? General Muhammad said to join the Israelite School and Universal Practical Knowledge is to join the losing side.
Right.
You understand? The unpopular side. You understand? This like to us, like you gonna look crazy. They're gonna call you a Power Ranger. Right. You understand? They're gonna say you outside of your mind. You're in a cult. So you understand? Go ahead.
Let me say something real quick. I told my family that white people and black people don't supposed to go to the same church. Right. That nigga pulled a pistol on me. He went and got it. You know what I'm saying? He went and got it. But that's how unpopular what we do. You know what I'm saying? And we have to do it because the Lord called us to do it. You understand? Right. You don't get this lesson taught in the Christian church. Right. You're not taught to fight in the Christian church at all. Right. You're taught to lay down and bend over. Let me take this money. Let me bless your kids. That's what you're taught in the Christian church. Right. In the UPK, you're taught to be a goddamn man.
That's
right. You're taught how to be a sister. You know what I'm saying? We're taught these things because why? Our Father is a man of war. Give me that right quick. Exodus 15 and 3 right quick before we move on. And this is the spirit of the school. Go ahead,
Hachaanakah, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 3. Yahweh is a man of war.
He's a what?
Is a man of war.
Like those other people was like, nah, we ain't gonna fight. We're just gonna hang out on Saturday and whatever happens, happens.
Right.
Read that again.
Hachaanakah, Yahweh is a man of war.
We're going to war on the Sabbath. We're going to war for our women, our children, man. We're going to fight.
That's right.
We're not going to sit on our ass and let these devils come in and kill us.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the spirit of the UPK. Salaki, I ain't mean to cut you off.
Oh,
Go ahead.
no,
Don't sign cry. You know what I'm saying? Keep it going.
Go ahead.
Hachaanakah, verse 62. For his glory shall be dung and worms. 63. Today he shall be lifted up, and tomorrow he shall not be found, because he is returned into his dust, and his thought is come to nothing. 64. Wherefore, ye my sons, be valiant, and shew yourselves men in the behalf of the law, for by it shall be ye, Salakia, for by it shall ye obtain glory.
Now this is true fatherhood. You know what I'm saying? The scripture says, train ye up a child in the way he should go, so when he's older he should not depart. You understand? When I look into the school, you know what I'm saying, right now, you understand, I see children that will never celebrate Christmas.
Right.
Children that would never know what the abomination of pork tastes like.
Right.
Shrimp, crab, or lobster would never celebrate a birthday. You understand? Like children that will be perfect in the Lord. Right. You understand? Because this is the way of life. The scripture says the kingdom of heaven is inside of you. Right. You understand? And right here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we are bringing forth the kingdom, man. You understand? Keep reading.
Hachaanakah, verse 65. And behold, I know that your brother Simon is a man of counsel. Give ear unto him always. He shall be a father unto you. 66. As for Judas Maccabeus, he hath been mighty and strong, even from his youth up. Let him be your captain, and fight the battle of the people.
Man, let me tell y'all something, man. Like when Houston was first forming, you understand? Like it was 7 brothers, right? And you know, one of them ain't here no more. We ain't gonna mention him, but it was this mighty brother right here. Officer Gabawar, you know what I'm saying? Officer Audiyar that's back there that allowed us to study in his house. You know what I'm saying? Captain Yatazak, Amathia, Shapat, Malakwath. Who am I missing?
Yashar Gabal.
Oh yeah, Yashar Gabal. You understand? And as we grew in this truth, you understand? Everybody had their forte, they gift, they talent. Like Officer Audiyar, he's a technological genius as well as a historian like Gabawar. You understand? I learned the history under these two brothers. You understand?
Give them brothers hand, man. Give them brothers hand.
You feel me?
He ain't lying.
You know what I'm saying? Like Captain Yatazak is surgical with the precept.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Malakwath gonna kill you with logic. He's going to confound you. You understand? And as we grew, you understand? Like it would be unbrotherly for you not to recognize your brother's talent. And like he said, you know what I'm saying? Like the father said amongst all of his sons, you know, okay, Judas Maccabeus, you know what I'm saying? He's the strong one. Let him be a captain among you and lead you. Right. You understand? Just like commanding General Yohana, you know what I'm saying, and all of our other fathers, all the generals, you know what I'm saying, saw what they saw in Captain Yatazak, you understand, amongst all of our brothers that came into the truth at the same time and saw that he was the strongest amongst us, and he's led Houston, you know what I'm saying, to the point where he is.
Give brother hand. You're right.
You understand? Under the tutelage, under Captain Kahan and under commanding General Yohana.
Right.
You understand? That further lets you know what we do, you understand, is according to Scripture, man.
Right, it's of the Lord.
You understand? Because we are all sons, you know what I'm saying, to the Most High. We are all princes of the power. You understand? And like a good father, you know what I'm saying, you want to see the best of your sons and put them in the best position to succeed, man. You understand? So don't get confounded when you see a brother raise up and you don't. You know what I'm saying? This is a very firm lesson. You understand? Play your position. Play your part. You know what I'm saying? Because we are a body. Everybody can't be a head. Everybody can't be an eye, can't be an ear. Everybody can't be a fist, a bicep. You understand? Everybody can't be the backbone. You know what I'm saying? Some people got to be the feet. Some people got to be the toes, the heel. Right. You understand? Somebody got to be the stomach so the nation can eat. Right. Can be nourished. Somebody got to be the heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to be the breath of life, the lungs, so we can breathe this truth into the earth, man.
Right.
You understand? And like a good father, he saw that in his children. And he set them up so that they can see it and go forth so the truth in our nation would not fall, man.
That's right.
You understand? That's why this memorial is so awesome. That's right. You understand? Forget a Memorial Day of this heathen nation. Right. This is our Memorial Day. Right. You understand? Keep reading.
Hachaanakah. Take also unto you all those that observe the law, and avenge ye the wrong of your people. 68. Recompense fully the heathen, and take heed to the commandments of the law.
Mm-hmm.
So he blessed them, and was gathered to his fathers. Verse 70. And he died in the 146th year, and his sons buried him in the sepulchres of his fathers at Modin. And all Israel made great lamentation for him.
All right, chapter 3.
Hachaanakah. This is 1 Maccabees chapter 3, out of the Apocrypha, verse 1. Then his son Judas, called Maccabeus, rose up in his stead, and all his brethren helped him, and so did all they that held with his father. And they fought with cheerfulness the battle of Israel. So he gat his people great honor, and put on a breastplate as a giant, and girt his warlike harness about him.
You know what I'm saying? Brother, if you could stand up for me, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm here for.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? This is a warlike garment. You know what I'm saying? What he is described is what Officer Gabor is wearing.
About the paps.
You know what I'm saying?
About the
You know what I'm saying? Like we are a nation of warriors and kings and priests. You know what I'm saying? We are warriors. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted that we servants of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We are men of war as well. Right. You understand? To be a priest is to be a warrior. Right. You understand? Because you have to be willing to die or to kill for what you believe in. Right. You understand? Because I mean, just like our Native American brothers, like, you know, we be teaching, you know, bringing out in the history class, they were firm believers in the eye for an eye and the tooth for a tooth. You know what I'm saying? You take one of mine, I'm gonna take one of yours. You understand? But that's how you gotta be for your people, man.
That's right. You got to.
You gotta be willing to die for your people. You understand? So that the truth can live. You understand? Keep reading.
Hachaanakah. And he made battles, protecting the host with his sword. Verse 4. In his acts he was like a lion, and like a lion's whelp roaring for his prey.
I mean, rightfully so. He was named Judah. Right. You understand? Judas is Judah. You know what I'm saying? Judas is Greek for Judah. All right? You know what I'm saying? Or Yahweh in the Hebrew. Right. Keep reading.
Hachaanakah. For he pursued the wicked, and sought them out, and burnt up those that vexed his people. Verse 6. Wherefore the wicked shrunk for fear of him, and all the workers of iniquity were troubled, because salvation prospered in his hand. Verse 7. He grieved also many kings, and made Jacob glad with his acts, and his memorial is blessed forever. Moreover, he went through the cities of Judah, destroying the ungodly out of them.
Give me Matthew's 7 and 16.
The book of Matthew chapter 7 verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Ye shall know them by their fruits.
You shall do what?
Know them by their fruits.
You understand? People ask, how is the Israelite School University Practical Knowledge the home of the truth? You shall what?
Know them by their fruits.
Keep reading.
Hachaanakah. Do men gather grapes of thorns?
You understand? No, you don't gather grapes from thorns. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Hachaanakah. Are figs of thistles? Verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 17. Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit.
Right. You understand? So everything that the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge prospers, man. Right. You understand? Like we are father to the fatherless. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Give the house in the posh a hand. You understand? Right. You feel me? You feel me? You know, we out here feeding the homeless. You understand? Making sure that our people, you know what I'm saying, and our brothers and sisters within the school have nourishment, you know what I'm saying, in these dark times. You understand? We are a source when the nation is falling apart and lacks resources. You understand? That's what we are supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? For people to say that ISUPK is not the home of the truth, I just don't see it.
Right.
You understand? Like, you know, like we have jobs for people that don't have jobs. You understand? And we making sure that our children are being raised up righteously, man. Keep reading.
Hachaanakah. But a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit.
You understand? Anybody that is not of the Lord does not last here, man. Right. And anybody that leaves here, you understand? They go from one camp to another camp to another camp till they out here just in the world just smoking weed and, you know, just fading away. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how you could leave this knowing the truth and go back out into the world.
If I may,
Go ahead.
you leave this school for 2 reasons: to smoke weed and have sex with white women.
Good.
That's the only 2 reasons why you leave the school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a pleasure for Negroes. They love that white woman, boy. I tell you, it's a lock you.
Was that all on it?
Colonel Khan.
Go ahead.
And turning away wrath from Israel. Verse 9.
Hold on, and doing what?
Turning away wrath from Israel.
You wanna know how you stop black on black crime, Hispanic on Hispanic crime? You understand? By keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
You understand? That's how you turn away the wrath from Israel. You understand? You want to know how you stop police brutality? By keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's how you turn away wrath from Israel. You want to know how to get us out of this hellhole? We don't got to worry about COVID-19, STDs, cancer, high blood pressure, hypertension, you know what I'm saying, diabetes. Is by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's how you turn away the wrath from Israel. You have to be like Mattathias. You have to be like Judas Maccabeus. You have to be like Simeon, his brother. You understand? You have to be willing to stand when no one else is willing to stand.
Right.
You understand? Everybody ain't meant to be a warrior.
Right.
You understand? Some people are just meant to just fall in line. But it takes men willing to put their life on the line, man.
Right.
You understand? Keep reading, huh?
Colonel Khan. So that he was renowned unto the utmost part of the earth. And he received unto him such as were ready to perish. Then Apollonius gathered the Gentiles together, and a great host out of Samaria, to fight against Israel. Verse 11.
Go ahead.
So would these Sumerians be Africans?
They're surely not Israelites.
Colonel Khan.
They are another nation. You know what I'm saying?
Colonel Khan.
Salakia.
Verse 11. Which thing when Judah perceived, he went forth to meet him, and so he smote him and slew him. Many also fell down slain, but the rest fled.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore Judas took their spoils, and Apollonius' sword also, and therewith he fought all his life long. 13. Now when Saron, a prince of the army of Syria, heard say that Judas had gathered unto him a multitude and company of the faithful to go out with him to war, he said, I will get me a name and honor in the kingdom.
He said what?
I will get me a name and honor in the kingdom.
No, I'm not going to follow Judas Maccabeus because the Lord is with him. I'm going to go out and get me my own name, you know what I'm saying, like him, so I can have greatness and honor amongst Israel. Right. You understand? Give me no schisms in the body. What's that? That's what? 1 Corinthians? You know what I'm saying? Give me no schisms in the body.
1 Corinthians 12 and 25.
Good night.
You want to get it?
Okay. You got it.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
That there shall be no schism in the body.
What does schism mean? Wrong? Sorry.
Division.
Variance. That's right. Keep going.
Colonel Khan. That there should be no schism in the body, but that the members should have the same care one for another.
You understand? So understand this. There is an entity, you know what I'm saying, that wants to do its own thing. You understand? That thing is called a cancer cell. You know what I'm saying? Does anybody know what a cancer cell does? I was like, you trying to be a nurse, right? What does a cancer cell do? Give her a shot. Give her the mic. Give her Ashita. Give her the mic. You know what I'm saying? What does a cancer cell do?
It destroys other cells.
But how does it do it?
Right.
Okay, don't sweat. Anybody want to break down what a cancer cell is? Okay, go ahead.
So basically, it kind of like overproduces itself, basically, and going to other cells as well.
All right. Okay. So, I mean, but that's what a normal cell does. A normal cell goes through mitosis. You said what?
Too many, way too many, to the point where it
But
could,
way
like,
too many of what type of cell?
that cell, that one cell.
Okay, but what does that cell do? What is the difference between a cancer cell and a normal cell?
What up?
A normal cell does what the body's supposed to do in order for it to live. What does a cancer cell do?
Poison is what she said.
All right. Okay. Yabakan.
Slakia, sir. Those cells that it produces are all cells that are trying to kill the body. Like those are the bad cells, the cells that don't want to.
You there? I'm looking for a specific word. Jeff.
It inseminate the other cells and spreads.
The word I'm looking for starts with an R.
Reproduces.
No.
What's the disseminates?
Yabakan.
Jabbadated.
One more guess.
Rebel, sir.
Close enough. I'll take rebel. A rogue cell. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Close enough.
Right.
All right. It is a rogue cell that goes against its natural construct of what it's designed to do. And what it does is it gets other cells to do what it does to go against the body. To where either it's going to kill the host or you're going to kill the cells. All right? So this is what this brother is doing. He's saying, I'm not going to join league with Judas Maccabeus. I'm going to go out on my own, get brothers that'll follow me. Don't that sound like a cancer cell? Get other brothers not to follow Judas Maccabeus and follow me so I can get a name of renown. You understand? But everybody that followed King David, their name is in the book of records.
Right.
Their name is in the book of life.
Right.
Everybody that followed Joshua, their name is in the book of records. Their name is in the book of life. Everyone that followed Moses, their name is in the book of records. Their name is in the book of life. Everyone that followed Elijah, hell, they got their own doggone book in the book of records, in the book of life. You understand? But those that didn't, you don't know their name.
Right.
You understand? Keep reading.
Kalawakan, for I will go fight with Judah and them that are with him, who despise the king's commandment. Verse 15. So he made him ready to go up, and there went with him a mighty host of the ungodly to help him,
Keep reading.
and to be avenged. So like and to be avenged of the children of Israel. 16. And when he came near to the going up of Beth-horon, Judas went forth to meet him with a small company.
With a big company.
With a small company.
You understand? So how many followers did Christ have? It's a trick question. How many followers did Christ have? I'll give a hint. In the beginning, how many followers did Christ have?
12.
Wrong. I'll give you a hint. How many people did Christ feed? The multitude.
5,000.
5,000. All right. So how many were left in the end?
12.
12. Right. So it don't take a lot of people to change the course of history.
Right.
It always takes a small amount. You understand? The scripture says many are called. There were 5,000 people that were following Christ at one time.
Right.
But few were chosen. There's only 12 left, you understand, to build, you understand, the church. You understand? To build this body. To now, to this time. Keep reading.
Verse 17. Who, when they saw the host coming to meet them, said unto Judas, how shall we be able, being so few, to fight against so great a multitude and so strong, seeing we are already too faint with fasting all this day? 18.
The boys have their personal day of atonement.
Right.
Keep reading.
Verse 18. Unto whom Judas answered, it is no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of a few. And with the God of heaven, It is all done to deliver with great multitude or a small company.
You know what I'm saying? But must you forget Gideon?
Right.
You understand? Like the Lord made him dwindle down. It's like, you too many, man. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have all these numbers, they gonna think the reason why they won the war is because of you.
Right.
You understand? To the point to where he dwindled it down from, I believe it was like 15,000 down to 300.
Right.
You understand? So that the Lord could get to get the glory. You know what I'm saying? If the Father is with you, who can be against you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say it just like this. Who do we fear?
The Father we fear.
That's right.
You understand? You don't fear no man. Keep reading.
Hachaanakah, verse 19. For the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of an host, but strength cometh from heaven. 20. They come against us in much pride and iniquity to destroy us, and our wives and children, and to spoil us. But we fight for our lives and our laws. Wherefore the Lord himself will overthrow them before our face. And as for you, be ye not afraid of them. 23. Now as soon as he had left off speaking, he leapt suddenly upon them. And so Saran and his host was overthrown before him. And they pursued them from the going down of Beth Horon unto the plain, where were slain about 800 men of them. And the residue fled into the land of the Philistines. 25. Then began the fear of Judas and his brethren.
Why? Why did they begin to fear Judas Maccabees and his brothers, the sons of Mattathias? Why? Sean the Posh.
So like if I may, because it didn't take many of them to kill a host of them.
But what does that mean? If he didn't, go ahead.
If I may, because they realized the Lord was with them.
Most High in Christ. Give that brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? Whom do we fear? The Father we fear. You understand? Like, that's all you have to do is fear the Lord. You understand? It's just like this. Like if people picking on you at school, you know what I'm saying? As long as you doing what your daddy tell you to do, you okay. You understand? Because like if you like I got brothers. I got older brothers. I got younger brothers. General Muhammad, you know what I'm saying? It's like I tell General Muhammad, my uncle, he tell Commander General Yohana, you know what I'm saying? My daddy, he be like, shoot, we gonna have to go down to Texas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's over. You know what I'm saying? You don't want my brothers to show up. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, Salaki, forget Jay Prince. Real bad news gonna beat you home.
Right.
You understand? Because our brothers put our lives on the line for one another. Right. That's why we take this brotherhood so seriously. Right. That's why when an order is given, it's not a joking matter. We need you to follow the order. You understand? And that's why in our households, when we tell our wives to do something, if we have to say Khan Adawan Khan, what do you think you have to do?
Right.
Say Khan Adawan Khan. You understand? Because you don't want to be like Lot's wife and be turned to a pillar of salt for not following orders. You understand? Keep reading. Adio, you got something, brother? Oh, you stretching. Okay, no sweat. Go ahead, read.
Hachaanakah, and an exceeding great dread to fall upon the nations round about them. Verse 26. And so much as his fame came unto the king, and all nations talked of the battles of Judas. Now when King Antiochus heard these things, he was full of indignation.
You know what I'm saying? This is one of Alexander the Great's right hand men.
Right.
He's like, I rode with Alexander.
Right.
Bow before me. Like, he's mad. You feel me? You understand? Why everyone else all the other heathens are building the hill. Why is this small fraction of Israelites, why can't you just wipe them out? You understand? You know what I'm saying? I'm the great residue of the power of Alexander the Great. You understand? Like, he's inflamed. You know what I'm saying? He's taken from Asia Minor all the way to Egypt. You know what I'm saying? He done made Ptolemy bend the knee.
Right.
You understand? And Cleopatra, who's also a heathen.
Right.
You understand? Keep reading.
Wherefore he sent and gathered together all the forces of his realm, even a very strong army. 28. He opened also his treasure and gave his soldiers pay for a year, commanding them to be ready whensoever he should need
You
them.
can put these boys on salary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you $100,000 a year to kill this nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He done put $100,000 on Judas Maccabeus and all of his brothers' head. You feel me? Keep reading.
Verse 29. Nevertheless, when he saw that the money of his treasures failed,
Hold on. He was giving out so much money to kill him that he ran out of all the money.
Right.
You understand? That's what happens when you give me the riches of the wicked are stored up for the righteous.
Right.
You understand? I believe that's in Proverbs. Quick. That's Proverbs 13:22. Quick.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 22.
Start at 21.
As a good man leaveth an inheritance to his son, children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just.
Go ahead. Keep reading.
It's an intro.
You want to start at 21, Salaki?
Go ahead.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 21. Evil pursueth sinners, but to the righteous good shall be repaid. Verse 22. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just.
You understand? Like the riches of this nation, which was built on the backs of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, is stored up for you. This is your land. You understand? Like my ancestors, you know what I'm saying, Choctaw Native Americans, you know what I'm saying? Like this was they, like from Mississippi to Alabama was their land. You know what I'm saying? Descendants of the Mayan Empire, you feel me? Like this is your land. You understand? You fled from the known world to come over here. You understand? So you can keep the laws of your God. You understand? And a man with no man knew it. You understand? But when they came over here, they beguiled you just like they did there.
Right.
But it's time for you to separate. You understand? Stand up like Mattathias and Judas Maccabeus. You understand? And the rest of his brothers and his father. Keep reading.
And that the tributes in the country were small because of the dissension and plague which he had brought upon the land in taking away the laws which had been of old time.
All right, go give me First Maccabees chapter 4 verse 56.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter out of the Apocrypha, chapter 4, verse 56. And so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days.
Matter of fact, start at start at 49.
It's First Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 49. They made also new holy vessels, and into the temple they brought the candlestick.
You understand? That's what we have here. You understand? That's what the menorah is. You understand? The menorah is we are rehearsing righteous acts. You understand? Keep reading.
And the altar of burnt offerings, and of incense, and the table.
You know what I'm saying? We got the frankincense and myrrh burning. You know what I'm saying? We about to have this awesome feast. You know what I'm saying? Waiting on the food. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 50. And upon the altar they burnt incense, and the lamps that were upon the candlestick they lighted.
You understand? In Israel, we rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. You understand? That's how you know in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, this is the home of the truth.
That's right.
You understand? Keep reading.
That they might have light in the temple. 51. Furthermore, they set the loaves upon the table, and spread out the veils, and finished all the works which they had begun to make. Now on the 25th day of the 9th month, which is called the month Caslu, in the 148th year, they rose up betimes in the morning, and offered sacrifice according to the law upon the new altar of burnt offerings, which they had made. Verse 54. Look, at what time and what day the heathen had profaned it. Even in that was it dedicated with songs and citerns and harps and cymbals. Verse 55. Then all the people fell upon their faces, worshiping and praising the God of heaven, who had given them good success.
You understand?
Right.
Every time I see a new brother get his name in his school, every time I see a sister get their name in this school, every time I see a brother in this truth, you know what I'm saying, and a sister come together in marriage and bear children, you understand, I get on my knees and I thank the Lord, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, for good success, man. You understand? Because like I said, like, y'all don't understand, like, I thank the Lord for what he allowed me to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, we started with 7 brothers in Officer Adiyar's apartment. You understand? From there to this. You understand? And it's such a glorious sight. I'm literally watching the kingdom of heaven be created.
Right.
How much more Commanding General Yohana?
Right.
You understand? And the generals and the captains that have came before me and the officers that have come before me. You understand? This is the home of the truth, man.
That's right.
You understand? Right. We are literally watching the kingdom of heaven be like that's what Christ told us to do, to go forth to the highways and byways and preach that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. You understand? Now I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was a child, I thought I was a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Right.
You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 56. And so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days.
They did what?
They kept the dedication of the altar 8 days. And offered burnt offerings with gladness.
You understand? So this is the beginning of the Feast of Dedication. You know what I'm saying? So for the next 8 days, you know what I'm saying, we going to be grubbing. You understand? You understand? Keep reading.
And offer burnt offerings with gladness, and sacrifice the sacrifice of deliverance and praise. 57. They decked also the forefront of the temple with crowns of gold, and with shields, and the gates and the chambers they renewed, and hanged doors upon them. 58. Thus was there very great gladness among the people, for that the reproach of the heathen was put away. 59. Moreover, Judas and his brethren with the whole congregation of Israel ordained that the days of the dedication of the altar should be kept in their season from year to year by the space of 8 days.
Give me John chapter 10, verse 22. Start at verse 20. You know what I'm saying? So for you Christians out there that what is to be a Christian? What does that mean to be a Christian? What does that mean? To do what? You're grown. I'll accept it. That is accept. Get that brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? That is an acceptable answer.
He was on point.
He was on point. He was very much on point. But to be a Christian, what does that mean? Sean the Pot. Okay. Yeshaya.
To be a so-called follower of Christ.
Say that again, brother.
To be a so-called follower of Christ.
Give that brother a hand. You understand? So for you Christians out there, let's see what Christ did and see if you are following or being a so-called follower of Christ. Go ahead. Whoever's reading the book of John.
This is the book of John, chapter 10, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in Jerusalem, the feast of the dedication.
Start at verse 20. Salaki.
No such thing. The book of John, chapter 10, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
And many of them said, he hath a devil and is mad. Why hear ye him? Verse 21. Others said, these are not the words of him that hath a devil. Can a devil open the eyes? Can the devil open the eyes of the blind?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 22. And it was in Jerusalem, the feast of the dedication, and it was winter.
What season is it right now? It's winter. You understand? Furthermore, letting you know that this is the home of the truth.
Right.
You understand? Secondly, we are opening the eyes of the blind.
Right.
You understand? Because like I said, you know, because like the Lord allowed us to find the truth, you understand? He's allowed me to see so many brothers and sisters to open their eyes and wake up, man. You understand? Like, this is not a light thing. The Feast of Dedication is not a light thing. This is probably one of the most important memorials of all time.
Right.
You understand? Because I can guarantee you, a trooper can slaughter any Christian pastor.
That's right.
You understand? Go ahead, Doc.
So, like, if I may, I want to bring out a point about First Maccabees, chapter 4 and 59. It says, moreover, Judas and his brethren with the whole congregation of Israel ordained that the days of the dedication of the altar should be kept. Right. So the Lord only gives the men that have proven themselves, man, to be able to do the ordinances of the Most High, man.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? You can't just watch no YouTube, smoke a little weed, man, and all of a sudden now you a teacher, brother.
Right.
Right.
You understand? You got to put in the brick, man. You understand? You got to wear your all black, man. You understand? You got to con out on con, show for that you can follow orders, man, and show that you're willing to give up the world, man, you understand? And be able to put your soul on the line for your brothers and your sisters, man. Those are the men that the Lord allows to ordain, man, his temple, man. Salakia.
That's what. No, keep reading in John. Get a brother hand though. Get a brother hand. You know what I'm saying?
It's the book of John, chapter 10, verse 23.
Start at 22 again.
It's the book of John, chapter 10, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of the dedication, and it was winter.
Mm-hmm.
And 23. And Yahushua walked in the temple.
Who?
And Yahushua.
Who?
Yahushua.
That the world knows is Jesus Christ did what?
Walked in the temple.
On what day?
In Solomon's porch.
No, on what day?
And it was winter. Salakia.
What?
Salakia. The feast of the dedication.
You understand? So if you are a Christian and a so-called follower of Christ, Christ kept the feast of dedication. You know what I'm saying? And for those Christians and those Israelites that don't believe in the Apocrypha, you understand? But you believe in Christ. Christ kept the Feast of Dedication.
Right.
The only way that you can find out about the Feast of Dedication is in the Apocrypha. You understand? And what the sons of Mattathias, you understand, under the leadership of Saran Judas Maccabeus.
Right. Real
You understand?
Right,
You understand? Real talk. Okay. You feel me? Keep reading.
Khan. In the temple in Solomon's porch, verse 24. And then the Jews around about him and said unto him, how long doest thou make us to doubt? If thou be the Christ, tell us plainly.
You know what I'm saying? And we going to tell you plainly. You know what I'm saying? The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge is the home of the truth.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't associate or affiliate with no other Israelite group. Right. You understand? We are set apart just like our ancestors, you know what I'm saying, Judas Maccabeus, you understand? Because we stand for the Lord, man, you understand? And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to, okay, all right, maybe not.
Right. The white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of.
No sweat.
You know what I'm saying? He's the same devil back then he is today.
Good.
No.
Okay, no sweat. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna who gonna read security announcements?
Yabba-Khan.
All right, Yabba-Khan. We gonna pass the class over to the trooper Yabba-Khan.
Yabba-Khan.
You know what I'm saying? Give brother a hand. Somebody turn the camera. Yeah, it's right here. Do the Hebrew, you do the English?
Hebrew. Yeah,
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
Go ahead, Bruce.
Security announcements.
Right.
We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry.
Right.
Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 to 21. And Malachi 3 and 8 through 10 means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'asharah, 10% of every penny. Salakia, 10% of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Purim, 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. Thursday, February 25th, and Friday, February 26th, 2021. The book of Esther, 9 and 20 through 31.
All right, with that, we're going to say Amajium, which means to stand. Sar, which means to turn, face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer, first in Hebrew, then in English. Repeat after me. Repeat after me. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Quadat. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Balak Wakah. Taba'ah. Batazayakah. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'aratazah. Kawah. Hayah. Bashemayim. Natalanawa. Lakam. Call. Yawam. Basalaknawa. Kabawatnawa. Kasalaknawa. Kabawatnawa. Wala'ah. Tabi'ainawa. Manasai 1. Abal. Awashaynawa. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Lakab. Amalakwa. Wahala. Wahata Para. Awalamyam. Aman.
In the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But live from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Sword. Turn and face the front. Go give a courtesy salute to the brothers, then to the sisters. Men of Israel, I mind you. Mike Shabbat. Rock. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah. Yadam Matah. Sar. Turn and face the sisters. Men of Israel. Mike Shabbat. Mind you. Rock. Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Matar, dismissed.